Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, real estate agents from around the world. So check it out. I flew into Cincinnati, that is right, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Amy, come here, say hello. Amy, as we all know her as the video girl, what's up? Gave me a tour. It's a pretty cool place. It really is. And so, as you guys know, Vulcan 7, I repeat this, Vulcan 7 is what has been responsible for making me over $700,000 a year. Or not a year, I wish a year, that would be amazing. My wife would love that.
We get 10%.
Yeah, exactly, 10%. $700,000 it has netted me, net gross, whatever, over the last 3 years, and I still got like 10 million pennies. This created Vulcan, you created it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I'm not talking right. Created Vulcan 7, Ren Jones.
There we go.
Yeah, Brendan, you can say hi. Say hi to everybody.
Hi to everybody. We're going to tell you about Aaron Wittenstein's real secret to business. It's a FSBO strategy he uses. It works. It really works. So what he does, he hires someone who goes to work for him, and he identifies a great neighborhood that has for sale by owners in it, and he sends that person to the door as a real agent, and knock on the door. First, you got a call coming in. So the first strategy is that person is going to door knock. But Aaron goes there about 20 minutes earlier to 30 minutes earlier, and he knocks on the door, and he talks to them about maybe listing their home and whatnot, and they're like, well, I'll think about it. And then Aaron leaves, okay? Then the guy that he hired comes up, knocks on the door about 20 minutes later, and the guy goes, there's a real estate agent here about 20 minutes ago. And the guy goes, well, who was that? And he goes, it's a guy named Aaron Wittenstein? Yeah, that's the name. You were talking to Aaron. You're working with Aaron Wittenstein? You are in good hands. I don't need to talk to you any further. If you're already working with him, you got it. And then he would leave. And then Aaron would call the guy back a couple hours later and get the appointment, get the listing. So that's how it works.
I like that. Okay, so I gotta find somebody. Whoever wants to take this job, I will give you. What do you think is a fair percentage? 5%?
I don't know.
I'll give him 5. I'll give him 10% to do.
What? I mean, you just get.
Oh, there we go.
We're back.
So
we'll haggle over that. We'll figure it out.
What you guys don't realize is that I've had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Ren, and Ren was working expireds before we had Vulcan 7, before we had Espresso. How long have you been in the business now for? How long have you been in real estate for?
20 plus years.
So like 40 years he's been in the real estate industry for.
No, I don't know about that.
And I had a conversation with him before. How many listings were you, like when you were active, were you taking per month, would you say?
A bad month was 10.
A bad month was 10. Mm-hmm. Now where were you getting your data from?
The MLS.
Okay, so you're going, let me get this right, you're going in the MLS. Mm-hmm. How are you getting the phone numbers?
Well, you look them up. Online, whitepages.com, anywho.com,
okay.
You'd look them up.
Okay, now think about this for a second, guys. Is they had to take the time to go do all the work, all right, find the phone numbers. You weren't calling cell phones either, were you?
No, but people weren't answering cell
phones. That's what I'm saying is landlines. And do you guys realize what I'm saying?
More people were answering landlines. So yeah, and they had some cell phones, but they were still monitoring their landline a lot more than they were. But here's the thing. He goes, it's changed since then. That people get 25 or 30 calls. No, Aaron, they got 25 or 30 calls back then. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They still get 25 or 30 calls. What's interesting is they meet with the same 3, 4, or 5 people. Now, why do they meet with the same 3, 4, or 5 people? It's because 3 or 4 people haven't figured out on what to say within 10 seconds to lure that person in, and the other 25 people that call just kind of throw up on them. Yeah. And so they hang up on them, or hang up like that, and hang up.
And see, that was the cool part that because this is a conversation I think we had like last week.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys are here, tell us where you're from. If you like what you see, type in Vulcan 7. Just type it in. Type in Vulcan 7. So so this was the part that I thought was really cool is you shared this with me.
Yeah.
And we kind of went through the strategy that you were working through.
Right.
I tweaked my strategy where you told me is like, you call the first day, right?
I always like, you have to be one of the first people calling. So, I kept backing it up at 8:30. You're the 12th caller. Back it up to 8:15. You're the 5th caller. Back it up to 8 o'clock. Well, I just talked to somebody else, and so till about 5 or 7 minutes till 8 a.m. Still about that anywhere in the country. At about 10 till 8, you can be the first caller. 10 till 8, 7 minutes till 8, 5 minutes till 8. You can be the first caller for 4 expireds if you do it right. If you do it right, because what's worse? They'll say, "Well, this is a little early." Well, that's rather pleasant than being, "You're the 12th person." They don't, which do you like better?
What my thing is people always complain that they're calling too early. I would rather bother someone when they're on their way to work rather than when they're home with dinner with their family.
Yeah.
But the cool part is what I realized is that what you're looking at here is stuff has not changed. Just the way the data comes in has changed.
It's skill. It's just skill. The skill is exactly the same. The way some of the mechanics have changed around it, but in communicating the skill, the first 10 seconds on the phone, the first 10 seconds, the hook, and most people can't do that. Most people can't do that. Sure, occasionally a blind squirrel will find a nut. Yeah. And that's why a lot of people are doing it, because once a month, I set a listing appointment. I hope I get it. I hope I get it. I hope I get it. They should have 1 or 2 of those every day.
I agree.
But it's skill.
It is.
It's skill.
It's skill.
So what are you going to do? Play piano like chopsticks? Or are you going to learn how to play the piano? Skill!
What he said. Because I don't know how to play the piano at all, so I guess that means I'm totally screwed. But it's about the skill that you have in the that comes in and makes phone calls, just makes the phone calls and never gets any better. Like I said, if you guys like what she type Vulcan 7, vulcan7.com/lead-gen, whatever. But it's building those things up, which is where what I teach. I'm gonna be here. I'm in Cincinnati right now. I'm at Vulcan 7 headquarters. You actually see a storyteller behind me over this way too, which is what we're working on. Something cool they're working on here as well. Is that it's all about practice, and it takes 10,000 hours to become a master of your skill.
Yes.
I've calculated. I've called like 2,200 hours.
Yeah, you got to go through the pain to get to where it becomes smooth. Soon it's Pythagoras. You know Pythagoras.
Yeah.
It's that Greek guy that used to be a realtor back about 2,000 years ago. And Pythagoras said, take the road that's best. Take the road that's best. Pythagoras. Look it up. Pythagorean principle.
Was he selling real estate when you started?
He was selling real estate 2,000 years ago in Greece. He said, take the road that's best, no matter how rough, and soon it becomes easy and agreeable. Write that down. Put it in your lead generation area. Take the road that's best, no matter how rough, and soon it becomes easy and agreeable. And that's the path you took. Yeah. So now, all that's automatic. You talk to people, you know exactly what to say. They're so mad, and you go, gosh, I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, how can I make that up to you? Well, and you say just the right magic words, but that took a little bit of time to get there. Once you're there, it's a free ride, because you're going to have 25 knuckleheads calling and 5 skilled people calling, and the 5 skilled people are the ones making all the money, and the rest are blind squirrels.
And here's
looking for a nut.
And here's what I'll say is I've talked and scripted with most people. This man right here.
PY.
I speak this like seriously. Like you're better than me when it comes to scripting, because I hear the stuff that comes out of your mouth. I'm like, ooh, like every time we have a conversation, I'm like, that was awesome. And I don't say that. I don't say this about many people whatsoever.
Because he's supposed to be the rock star. I've just been doing it longer. That's all.
Yeah, and plus he's got more hair than I do. Oh, wait, you want to pop? What's up?
I gotta jump in here, because while you're talking about how awesome Ren is, I want everybody to know that if you're a Vulcan 7 member, we have Vulcan 7 member only webinar series. Next week, Coach Ren is going to give 16 tips on how to get 3 extra listings a month. So if you want to hear the intimate conversation that Aaron and Ren have had about dialogues and scripts and how he does it, join us for the webinar. If you're not a Vulcan 7 member, well, then you can't join us.
Vulcan7.com/lead-gen.
You want to type that in there.
Yeah.
So sign up for Vulcan 7 and then get access to this amazing information.
And here's what I'm going to say, and this is the one thing that there's a lot of companies out there, all right? And I put it this way. You got Land Voice, you've got RedX, you've got Arch Agent, all these other companies, all right? What I'm going to tell you right now is that hands down the best data that you can get is from Vulcan 7. I've tried them all, every single one of them. People complain that it's $300 a month for data. $300 a month. I don't know about you, but that equals $3,600 a year. I sell one house, that's $5,000. I've made what? I mean, if you're looking at the amount of money that I spent, $700,000, I mean, it's paid for it. And this isn't a sales pitch. I'm not selling you on shit. Part of my language is that if you're going to pay for something, there's a reason that you buy a Toyota, not a Lexus, okay? You want luxury, you buy a Lexus. You want something that's dependable and okay, you buy a Toyota. You want quality data, you Vulcan 7. In my entire real estate business, this is the only product that I won't, and I'm not even trying to kiss your ass here. This is the only product.
If you're digging ditches for a living, at least buy a good shovel.
Anybody? Is there any other questions? Like, what else we got, guys? Like talk to me here. So let's give this guy. I mean, what was your script when you called?
The same. I'm sure you realize your home came up on our computers and expired listing. I was calling to see when you plan on interviewing the right agent for the job of selling your home. If you've sold this home, where'd you go next? How soon do you have to be there? What do you feel to stop the home? You know, on and on and on.
So when was the last time you actually did that with a phone call?
10 years ago, maybe.
Okay, one thing I want you guys to realize, he hasn't done that script in 10 years, like, boom, riding a bike. So it's practice. How you doing? My name is Aaron Wittenstein. As you're probably fully aware, your property came off the market. It's a really nice 2,500 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm just trying to figure out how in the world did that property not sell? Interesting. Tell me more. Then we go on from there. I know my scripts inside and out, upside down, eyes closed, left and right.
Unconscious competence.
I like that.
That's what it is.
See, everything that comes out of his mouth is like verbal.
That's when you're getting ready to speak and your conscious mind doesn't know what you're going to say, but somewhere it knows what it's going to say. You have no clue what you're going to say next. Most of us don't in certain areas of expertise.
It's like muscle memory.
But you have to, that's a good...
It's muscle memory.
Yeah, that's a good way to word it, is muscle memory, because once everything's internalized like that, there's nothing a seller can say to you that you don't have the perfect thing to say back.
Yeah, and I mean, it's practice, guys, but it's having the proper data that supports it. And what I wanted to get across with this is that this is not anything anybody's been doing recently. This is for a long time, but we're just a huge benefit right now where we don't have to take 2 hours out of our day to go collect the data. The scripts are the same, the responses are the same, the objection handlers are the same. Everything is the same except the ease of getting the data. So I don't care what you use. If you want to use one of the other guys, so be it. Just make the phone calls, and when you practice enough, you will make money. This is what you want to hear my first expired script that I ever called?
Sure.
I remember this. It was November. I started November 1st, 2030. I'm like, hi, my name is Aaron. You want to list your house with me? That was the first time I ever called an expired. Now, boom, 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 boom. I don't know. That's all I got to say. Anything else to say?
Yeah, practice. Here's an interesting thing. Most real estate agents haven't practiced 2 hours in their entire life. What if you did it every morning? Let's say you just did 1 hour every morning of practice. And somewhere in your schedule you did 1 hour practice every day. That'd be 5 hours a week, 20 weeks a month, 20 hours a month, 240 hours a year of practice. You'll get paid for doing it.
Yeah.
You'll get paid for doing it.
And then you have the ability to show up in listing consultations in a black t-shirt. That's the level that I'm at right now. That's all I want to be. I just want to be able to show up just like this, what I'm wearing. So guys, I like I said, for you guys that are tuning in, I hope you learned some information. I'm going to be here live in Cincinnati tomorrow. Lead Gen Live.
Listen, fly in.
Yeah, come
early.
Come see us. It'll be a good time. And thank you.
Fly in.
Yes, fly in. And Amy, you want to say goodbye? Amy, come here. Say goodbye.
So if you are a Vulcan 7 member, you should see a pop-up today, and you'll be able to register for the webinar where Ren next week will tell us all about his ways to get you 3 more listings a month, and only for Vulcan 7 members. So this is a value-added benefit. We'd love to see you there.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for logging in. Love you. Go make some money. Later.